Good morning, students. Let's start our today's class with the chapter number 5, the Browning version. It is written by the Terence Rettingen. So, first of all, I will give the introduction of the uh, writer. Sir Terence Nervin Rettingen, CBE, on 10th June, he was born on 10th June 1911 and was died on 30th November 1977. Was a British dramatist. He was one of the England's most popular mid-20th century dramatists. He plays an atypical set in an upper middle class background. He also known as such works for the Winston Ray in 1946, the Browning version. He was educated and he was written so many things um, for different newspapers also, but his drama work was very much famous. He had done some act by himself also in his play. His plays was very much popular in the London or America also, but in the starting Americans was just giving the critics comments on his play, but after then he was understand all that his work is a very uh, you can say very lenient and very good, so he was just famous for his this. The Browning version is a chapter. So first of all, I will give a small introduction of the chapter. Then I will give the introduction of the character, because this is a play, so that is why we have to understand the character and the character sketch of those. Extract from the play highlights the attitude of a teenaged student towards his teacher. His comments are shocking because they all are very close to the truth. He calls the teacher almost inhuman, though not to the sadist, in morally afraid of his teachers because his promotion depends on the teacher's goodwill. Then another teacher encouraged him. The student became more frank. It appears that the teacher was strict and seemed to be the hate people who like him. This reflects on the teacher's quality here. So first of all, we will discuss about the first character, Mr. Andrew Crocker Harris. Mr. Andrew Crocker Harris, highly disciplined and a principled person. He was a teacher who did not compromise on the rules and regulations to sufficient sentiment of the student. Some may agree with this way of thinking, others may criticize him for being to the fastidious. A teacher who was hard on students when it come to the study. He was not those teacher who would crack romantic jokes in the class to make the students satisfied or to make the students fun. Rather, jokes were poor according to his student. Taplow as not the single student who was able to comprehend them. Next, main character of the this play was the um, John Taplow. John Taplow is a boy of a 16 studying in a lower fifth. His attitude towards his master Crocker Harris was quite mixed. He recognized his sense of discipline, sense of devotion, and Socratic nature, but he had a personal grudge against Mr. Crocker Harris. He had to do some extra work on the last day of the school. Teplo was bit anxious about his result. He afraid that Mr. Harris might have marked him down. Taplow considered Mr. Crocker Harris different from other teachers. Next is Taplow, and then it's Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank, he's a young science teacher and shows better understanding of his students' behavior. He envies Mr. Crocker Harris and thus like him being criticized. Millie Crocker Harris is a wife of Mr. Crocker Harris. She's a young and quite different from her husband. And she's a very kind hearted towards the students. So these are the main character of this play and their character sketch. Now we will start the play.